My name is Sabelo.
My name is Sewela.
My name is Wandile.
My name is Ellen Haydenrich.
My name is Dumisani.
I'm Liam Longland.
Hi, my name is Rebecca.
And I'm Linta.
Welcome to Book That Special Event episode just for you. See, this is the book we have made. I mean, the team 4 have made. And that's 21st of June, one of my friend has forwarded the LinkedIn post by Book Dash saying maybe this could be for you. I just received the email that I have been selected to participate in the physical Book Dash event on Saturday. Oh my god! You can read this book free in Book Dash website. I will be linking that. But if you are someone who wants to provide books for kids wherever you are in the world, if you're an organization like such way, maybe you can contact them through their contact page and grab the copy. Just go through it, contact them. You would make changes in the life of kids. On the same day, 21st of June, I submitted the form, and I, not even in the corner of my heart or brain, I think that I would be selected, because until then it is all rejections, like no, unfortunately can't do, unfortunately can't choose you, you know. We all of the people, I will say everyone who look for opportunity will have to face that rejection in their some part of their life. So until then, I was constantly being rejected by big companies or big publishing houses. So I didn't kept any hope. I really found it interesting. So I just sent. If it happens, it happens. Let it happen. So yeah, that's how I sent the form. Then it was a process, like we got the Zoom call invitation, so they do send the Zoom call, so we all can know what is going to happen. So it was the 8th of August. I get to meet my team, like WhatsApp meeting. It was really fun, and we all talked to each other. We had a chat about how we want to go with the book, the character.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, my name is Sabelo Shavagu, and how do we know? Because my name is on this book. Yeah, right here. There it is. This is such a gift, man. Like, it's wow, look at that. Look at these things. Wow, we made such beautiful work with, Kristen, Linta, and Tiff. Yeah, it was such a beautiful time, at Book Dash. I actually was nearly late. Stayed, 2 minutes just before everything started. And honestly, there's nothing quite like doing a Book Dash, whether you're a designer or a writer or an illustrator or an editor. It's just a beautiful, not just as a concept, or I'm in awe that, something like that exists, where, incredibly talented people are put in one room and, they make books for children. That is, yeah, I'm actually really proud to say that I've, been part of, something like this, and things like this come out of it. Me as a designer, designing books or designing for print is something that, I've kind of always aspired to. When the opportunity came, I applied, and, I'm really grateful that the Book Dash team chose me to be part of this. And quite a special occasion, it being in Joburg for the first time in a while. Feels just like, I caught a shooting star, to be honest, and I'm really grateful. This was such a gift. Anybody who's thinking of applying for Book Dash, apply. Meantime, go check these out. Like, there's lots of beautiful stories that's made and published on that particular day, So this isn't just a book. It's a badge of honor to me, And okay, now I'm gonna go read the story to my daughter because it was supposed to be in summer and we've got winter. Peace.
The highlight of the Book Dash event is doing a 12-page kids book in 12 hours.
My name is Sewela Langeni. Earlier this year, I got an opportunity to be part of Book Dash. It was such a mind-blowing experience for me. We met at 9 a.m. in the morning, and knowing that by 9 p.m. that same day we'll have a book was just an amazing experience for me. I was teamed up with a team that had a designer, an illustrator, and an editor, and we didn't know each other, but by the end of that day, we were able to come up with a byproduct that looks like this. We united based on our skills, and it was just an amazing experience for me, knowing that this book and many others, because there were other teams on that day, would end up in the hands of children all over the country. So I was excited and honored to be part of Book Dash. I wish them many, many years to come, and I think every South African should join a Book Dash because it's such an experience that will never leave you the same.
It was a big rush. The starting is a little slow, you are getting into the grip, then it is like madness.
Hi, my name is Wandile. I'm a second year social work student at the University of Johannesburg. Apart from being a social work student, I am also a writer, an ex-radio presenter, and also I dabble in creative and art directing sometimes when I have the opportunity, or even script writing, and also sometimes I interview people based on their books for the UJ Library Book Club. So yes, so I'm making this video to tell you about my out of this world and amazing experience that I had on the 14th of August at UJ Library, where Book Dash 10 happened. So it was a very nice, it was a very interesting event. I don't even know where to start. So what happened is that I heard about it, I think around June, July thereabout, and then I applied. And then an interesting story is that at first, because I made 2 applications, we were allowed to apply, I think, more than twice. So I made 2 applications. The first application, I didn't complete it. Therefore, I received an email that unfortunately you didn't make it to the people that are going to be coming. And then I was so devastated and so sad. And then the second application that I had made, filled in correctly, and also filled in everything that I had to fill, was accepted. And then, that's how I got to become a part of this amazing, exciting event. So what happens on that event, or what happened rather, is we came together as writers, illustrators, I almost say directors, editors, and also creative people came together, sat in tables, we had music, so we chose the kinds of songs that we wanted to hear for the day while we work. So the trick here is that we were given like 12 hours to write and finish a whole book, a whole kids book. So the aim for the Book Dash was to create 11 amazing books that are going to be distributed all over South Africa to children under the ages of 5, or maybe sometimes children that are over 5 that just want to get reading, or that find those kinds of stories interesting, so that every child owns at least 100 or 5 or how many ever books by the age of 5 years old. So what I did as a writer, I collaborated. I was placed in a team of the incredible editor Nabila. Nabila. There was also an illustrator, Gerald, and then also a designer, Luke Metchman. And then we produced this incredible, amazing story about story titled "Why the Owl Never Sleeps." So what this is a story about why all the animals are where they are today. So if you also want to find out why all the animals are also where they are today, I think the best thing to do is go to the Book Dash organization website and read the story, or order the book for your children. But otherwise, more than creating the books, the event was very interesting, and it was a chance for us to connect and meet as writers from all over South Africa or from all over Joburg to meet and connect with one another, to share ideas, learn from each other, because we're also professional, great writers, illustrators, and editors. So it was also a learning experience. I also learned a lot about writing a kid's story. So that was very interesting also. And also what was very interesting is that we had been given a time limit for 12 hours to create these books. So I know that sometimes writing, when we write, we tend to procrastinate, have other things that distract us and all of that. But on that day, we had to put that all aside and challenge ourselves to be creative for 12 hours. It was very amazing. We had good food, good music, and we even had cake when we were celebrating Julia's retirement, or celebrating that Julia, her contribution in Book Dash for the past 10 years or so. So it was very, very much interesting, and it's something that I wouldn't trade for the world. So for all the books that have been created on that day, you can find them on their website, or otherwise, go and read them online, and also look out for posts to participate in the upcoming Book Dashes. That's all I have for you. Bye.
In my brain, I run it over and over and over again, like what I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna draw that, what are the steps I should draw in order to finish it within 1 hour, the one page 1 hour. I did lot of runnings, test runs in home by doing clock on 1 hour. First time I did, it took 2.5 hours or 3 hours something. Then I'm like, no, this is not gonna end. Then I decided on which is the main thing I should concentrate on, which is the things I should not. In my story, there is no nature. I basically love to draw nature, but in my story, there's only people. Also, that is not my strong suit. I am not quick. That's what I meant by strong suit. And so I cannot be quick when it comes to rooms, isometric, perspective and all. It's take time for me. So I eliminated all those in that because I knew it's going to take time. And I decided to keep very, very, very minimal things. So if you look in the book, you can see it's mostly characters only. I didn't bother about background much. It's almost all are spot illustrations. Really, wherever it's necessary, there I put, like in the swimming pool scene, I put it, there's a background, like little extra work were there on the swimming pools.
Hello, my name is Ellen Haydenrich. I am an illustrator, and this was my third Book Dash event. It was such a lovely challenge because this was my first ever wordless children's story. So all of the pictures do all of the hard work. They had to tell the story from start to finish. And the previous two books I'd done, I could sometimes lean on the words to do some of the storytelling, but I couldn't with Leffer's Bar. That was quite a challenge for a 12-hour illustration sprint, but we did it. Our lovely writer and designer really kept me calm throughout the day because it was quite stressful, but it was so worth it in the end. The other two books that I've illustrated for Book Dash are Brave Bora, which I did in 2021 as a virtual Book Dash because it was during the pandemic. And the first book I did for Book Dash was Marley's Friend in 2018, which was also in Johannesburg, like the one I most recently did. I talk about the 2018 Book Dash as a very formative event in my life as an illustrator, because I did it when I was still a university student, and I talk about how I walked into that Book Dash saying, like, introducing myself to people as hello, my name is Ellen and I want to be an illustrator, but I walked out of that Book Dash saying, hi, I'm Ellen and I am an illustrator, which is very powerful. And I love seeing kind of the progression of how I've grown as an illustrator over these 3 books. It's lovely to watch myself get better in my craft as I do so.
And we had a lot of foods. I cannot go without mentioning that there were so many foods, but I couldn't get so many. I couldn't eat many because I was busy drawing. But after drawing, I did try chocolates and all. But my team my our author Christine, editor Tiffany, and the designer Sabelo. They were great. The ladies always brought things. And then what is it? Then story reading at night. After once everything is done, we do story readings. Each team will come forward and do story reading, and we get Book Dash t-shirt. Then what is there? A certificate, and then story reading. Author usually read the author. Authors always get the chance. I always want to read the book, but I will read my book. In my team, Christine read the book, and every author's read the book. It was so fun because the author writes the book, right? And they see through it. Like even before the drawings are made, designs are done, they see through that book. This is how and they in the brain they run it over and over and over again how you read that, right? And you can actually see that, listen to that on that time, story reading. You could see the authors, the brain of the authors in the read. It's so expressive, you're laughing and enjoying a so joyful moment. I would never forget.
Hi, my name is Dumisani, formerly known as the evolutionary within the artistic ether, and this is my Book Dash delivery video, and the whole experience has been amazing. The book is looking pristine and high quality printed, and yeah, honestly I can't wait for the rest of the world to actually experience this really exciting, happy, inducing, fantastically well written and pristinely designed and illustrated book for not just this current generation but for future generations within Africa and the rest of the diaspora, including the world. Alright, that's me in a nutshell. Thank you again, Book Dash. Hope to do this again very soon.
My takeaway from I had tons of takeaways. I mean, I would have a big box. That was a learning university for me there. Because like I said, this was my first children's book. Usually when I do book illustration or an illustration, I take up to 3 or 4 hours. And here I did a page in an hour. That is a big experience because it helped me to do the next project. 3 books in 3 weeks. That is impossible to do, like usual on your usual speed. It's very impossible to do. So the Book Dash has not only created the book, but it has indirectly helped me to see how this field work. There is no time for delays and all. You get work, you do it quickly, as quick as possible. If you are working with the big publishing houses, they will definitely have a very tight schedule. So you must be able to do that. I'm so glad that I got the opportunity right now, because if this has happened like a year before, I would have never been able to done this quickly, because now I know more. Now I know my strength and weakness, where I should fasten up, where I should take more time, all those I know. So yeah, and then the other thing I learned is the importance of being an illustrator only. Because personally, when you're an illustrator, you're an editor, you're a designer, you're an author, everything. But it's good to have a team, because you get to concentrate only on that. Then what is the other things? The teamwork, the importance of organization, preparation. It's the advantage of preparing the character sheets, expression sheets up early. Then importance of having story in what's called typographical laid out. I don't know how to say it. Laid out on each pages.
Hey, I'm Lim Longland. I'm a designer, animator, and illustrator, and I was privileged enough to take part in this year's Book Dash event. It's been my 4th Book Dash event, but this one I feel like was kind of special. I got to work with a writer called Tumi and a designer called Jamie, and we all put together Mozzie Learns to Play. Yeah. It's about this little boy who learns to play by working with his family members. It was just a very adorable, fun adventure. But yeah, this year's experience was really lovely in the sense that I think they pulled out all the stops, getting together the most talented and most creative people, and also just the most lovely people. And it's part of why I love Book Dash so much. The whole mission of Book Dash is to provide reading material for like people who are less fortunate, which is already a beautiful goal in itself, but it brings together a lot of like-minded people who do the same thing, who care for, the same way about like the future of kids that you do, and I think that is something lovely. Also, the day, as stressful as it might be, it's really lovely to see everyone with such a can-do attitude. Like, you only have 12 hours to create this book, but everyone pitches in and helps where they can, whether it's like someone helping you color or like someone giving you advice about like a spread that you're stuck on. It's really a lovely collaborative process, and yeah, like I said, the people that you meet are always so interesting, and it's fascinating because it's a creative industry and we all somehow work in it. And as someone who mainly works in advertising, it is just so lovely seeing our talents actually being used for something completely good. Yeah, and that's what I love about Book Dash. This book specifically was, for me, very cute type of thing, because I too have siblings and I had to learn how to play with them in different ways, and I don't know, this does encompass the joy of all of that. I wish I had the actual physical copy with me, because I think that is part of what also makes Book Dash so cool. Yes, they do their physical prints, but one of their missions is also to make them as widely available as possible. So like on the website you can download PDFs of all the books that they have available, and they translate them into almost every language possible, specifically focused on Africa, obviously, but it's the initiative is great, and I just love this year's process.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. I am an illustrator based in Johannesburg, South Africa, and this year I was lucky enough to be part of Book Dash. I was on a team for a book called Jock and Me, and I worked with Bronwyn Webb as the book designer and Natalie Quinich as the writer, and it was an incredible experience. It was my first time ever doing a Book Dash, and I wasn't prepared for just how fun it would be, but also how intense of a process it is. It was amazing to meet so many different creatives in the same sort of field, and also see how other people can just produce these amazing books from like nothing in such a short space of time. I loved also seeing the process behind a lot of the people working there. And yeah, it was just a really great experience. So I'll show you our book. It's Jock and Me. It's about a little boy or girl who lives in the Transkei, and she has this little dog called Jock. And so I took quite a painterly approach, as you can kind of see in the background. You can see there, to try and depict the sort of colours and the feeling you get when you're in the Eastern Cape in South Africa. I can show you some of the spreads. So here's this one with little spot illustrations showing the dog in different positions, introducing you to the character. And there you see that full spread that's like on the cover of them running through the veldt. I think it's quite important to try to pick the landscape in a way that's quite familiar to the kids. We would include things like this little chicken who would pop up all over the show. And here's another one of the characters. It's her grandfather who go on walks with her. And who also looked after the dog. This is based on a true story. This dog does live in a village in the Eastern Cape called Zitulele. And So it really is quite nice to bring his story to other people. Here they are counting the sheep, so this is also a nice moment for the kids to kind of also count the sheep. And yeah, let's see what else we've got here. Love some chicken. I mean, the book designer was incredible because it was a cute one. She really got the font to sort of match the feeling of the book, and I did all of these little details, and then she just added them over in different places. There's the end pages, Jock, and him sleeping. Yeah, so it was quite I mean, as I said, you do it in, they say 12 hours, but it's definitely less. And to try capture the essence of the story in that sort of time is quite an interesting exercise. Yeah, but really chuffed with how it turned out. I think it's a very sweet little book, and I'm excited to hopefully do more with Book Dash. Yeah.
And I'm Linta Anish, the illustrator of I Hate Winter Team 4 with Book Dash. And this is the book we did, I Hate Winter. And I hope you have enjoyed the video meeting many artists. There were so many artists, right? There are 44 creatives in that room, and I could only get this many artists to record their videos. But before we hearing from Julia Norish, the executive director, and Doretta, the ops director, let me give a quick word of thanks to all the artists who recorded this video for the channel and for you guys. And I have linked all their pages. Go check each and every one of them. They are not only an illustrator or a designer, they have multiple roles. Some are musicians, some makes music, all those stuff. So definitely go check out with them. Their links are in the description, and if you could support them, go follow, give a follow, or hire them. There are so many talents from South Africa. I think you should go give your love, tell them you saw this video and you enjoyed their work, so you are there to support them. You tell them that, be open, come on, be strong. Sorry, come on, that's my dog. So be strong, go give a shout out to them as well. Let me quickly give a shout out to a few people who has helped me even before the event has started. They shared their experience with me, their previous experience with me. So the illustrator Jess, she doesn't have a social media page, so I cannot link her, but if you saw her, if you meet her in the Book Dash website, definitely go check her out. And then Liam and Ellen, these wonderful sweethearts, have helped me with their sharing their experience with this, what they did for their previous Book Dash event. And I special thanks to Book Dash for selecting me for this event. I feel honored, and it's such a humble experience, I should say. And you heard me what was the experience. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you are a creative from South Africa, definitely apply for Book Dash's next event. I have linked Book Dash website in my description, and if the number of words don't run out, I will link all the artists who did video here, their books in the description, or else just find them from the Book Dash event and read the books. This is available absolutely for free. You can read it online for free. So check all the books. My book is I Hate Winter, and check all the other artists' book as well.
Anything else? Also, special thanks to Book Dash for allowing me to use some of the video clips from their video. With their permission only, I used that video, and I'm gonna show I'm gonna put up the next video again with their permission, and you can watch the whole entire video of that Book Dash from the Book Dash YouTube channel. I'll link that as well at the end of this video. You can subscribe to their channel and follow their socials as well. Okay, so thank you again to everyone who did the video for the channel, for you guys. I hope you this brings a lot of joy. And let's hear from Book Dash director and the ops director, and let's see how it went. And if you are new here, definitely subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and so you can watch more upcoming wonderful events, newses, and all. Thanks again. So let's watch now.
We are at our 23rd Book Dash event, which is amazing. And there are about 40 professional creatives, writers, illustrators, designers, editors working in the room just behind us. Each team is making a book in 12 hours. I think what makes this event super special for me is we haven't been physically back in Joburg for 5 years, since before the pandemic, and it's fantastic. There's so many new creatives in the room. Many have done a Book Dash before. The fact that there's new creative blood getting involved, people are getting exposed to Book Dash, but also working with more experienced people, it's fantastic.
I must say, they always astonish us around mid-afternoon. We feel anxious, worried, and then suddenly there's just this amazing boost of energy, and people really find their groove.